Hi and welcome back to another video. Today I'll be talking about medications that I've been using over the years and that have helped me to deal with my anxiety. I want to start off by saying that I'm not a medical practitioner and the following information is not intended as medical advice, but rather it's from my point of view, which is based on my past experiences with various types of medications. If you're looking for possible treatments, I recommend you to seek out guidance from a qualified professional who will be able to give proper assessment and to suggest a course of medication best suited for you. Over the years, I've taken various types of medications, many of which were part of a treatment that was prescribed specifically to help manage the panic attacks that affected me during my younger days. Over time, as my panic and anxiety became more stable, the main medication that I relied upon is called Xanax, but I've also tried alternatives. Prenalone is another medicine that I found to be effective. It is a beta blocker that works by inhibiting the signals of certain chemicals that affect the heart and the blood vessels, which then result in a slower heart rate. Xanax, on the other hand, is part of another category of drugs which I cannot really pronounce, and works by positively stimulating certain chemicals in the nervous system responsible for producing sensations of calmness. More specifically, its effects are caused by the stimulation of GABA receptors that lower the nerve signals that are transmitted to and from the brain, and which results in lower stress levels. The effects of Xanax depend on the dosage and can last anywhere from 2 to 4 hours, while the effects of prenalone last anywhere from 2 hours or longer. Personally, I've been prescribed Xanax many times, and although I found it to be effective in reducing my panic and anxiety, I tended to experience side effects such as drowsiness, headaches, and mental fog that seemed to last long after the medication was taken. It's possible that my body doesn't have the tolerance for this particular drug, or that my lifestyle was not particularly healthy at the time. Whatever the case may be, I decided to request a reduced dose and have eventually stopped using Xanax altogether, as I found that the side effects in itself took a long time to recover from. In the end, I decided to explore alternatives, and this is when I was introduced to a medicine called prenalone. One day, while I was speaking with a family member, I learned of a type of medicine that they had been taking over the years and that they found to be very effective in coping with stress at work. And so I decided to give it a try. In the country where I live, this medication is easily available, inexpensive, and does not need a prescription to buy, so it can be easily purchased over the counter. Since taking this medication, I've hardly experienced any side effects other than dry mouth, which is easy to counteract by keeping hydrated. In fact, I find this medication to be so effective that I tend to keep it with me in case of emergency or in the event that I'm going into a potentially stressful situation. Taking one ahead of time really helps me to regulate my heart rate and is a kind of insurance against me getting panicked if I happen to find myself way out of my comfort zone. In summary, I find certain medications to have been very helpful for reducing my anxiety and stress over the years by making me feel calmer, more at ease in various situations. Having said that, I also try to limit relying on medication as much as possible, as I do not ever want to become dependent on it, and prefer dealing with my anxiety as naturally as possible, as I find that by living a healthy lifestyle, which means sleeping early, getting enough nutrients, and exercising regularly, have been great ways to reduce my overall stress and reliance on medication. Living a healthy lifestyle also gives one more energy and motivation to focus on what is most important in life. This brings me to the end. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Next time, I look forward to sharing with you 5 things that make anxiety worse and how to avoid them. Until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.